You generally do well with your studies. You can keep up with your assignments, hold your own in class, and keep moving forward. And then there are those days. Those days when you can't focus or understand the information being presented to you, or you don't care, at least for today. But then today turns into tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. That is when you have a problem. But the problem is not without a solution, as long as you're willing to work and find the best approach for you. Hi, I'm Margaret Meek, and this is Get Yourself Going. Study. The first question you need to ask yourself is if your need to motivate yourself to study is a problem that happens often. If so, your problem is with discipline, not motivation. To be successful as a student, you have to have enough self-monitored discipline to meet all of your obligations, understand the concepts you are being taught, make connections between information presented in all your coursework, and still allow yourself to have a life beyond your studies. Please think a lot about why you have trouble holding yourself accountable. How can you harness your unique set of skills, ability, knowledge, and work habits? How can you tweak who you are to make yourself as focused and disciplined as possible? But that will have to be a different video. We are moving back to the topic of motivation to study. Start by reminding yourself of the purpose for your schooling. Why are you going to school? If you know you have a goal, a focus, an endpoint, then it is easier to do the day-to-day tasks that will get you to the stage at graduation, prepared for your future. If you feel uncomfortable about your goal, don't let that discomfort drive you away from completing your studies. Figure out why you are uncomfortable. Are you nervous about success, thinking there is a better route for you than the one you are on right now? Or are there many other challenges such as money, family concerns, or health issues? You must address those issues while focusing on the opportunities in your classes today. So let's get back to motivating yourself to study and breaking this temporary block you are experiencing. Start by cleaning up your workspace. Whether electronic or paper, organize your coursework in an order that allows you to find all you need to complete your assignments without looking through everything you own. Organize in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Next, write down in bullet point form all you need to accomplish. By putting everything down into a list, you can see what you need to do and then prioritize the list. If you don't organize what needs to be accomplished, it can feel bigger than it is. You can see and manage how you approach the list when you see it in writing instead of having fleeting thoughts that can overwhelm you flying through your brain. As you review your list, recognize what items pose the most significant mental hurdle. Recognize those issues and determine why they are a challenge. You don't like the class, you don't understand the concepts, you have told yourself you aren't good at the topic, so you can resist being better in that subject. Or are you just tired of the type of assignment required, be it reading, writing, group projects, or presentations? Once you know the mental hurdle, you can address those issues. You can't change the assignment, but you can change your approach. Acknowledge your resistance and then recognize what you must do to complete your assignments. If there is a task you don't want to do, set up a reward or break it down into smaller bites, or plow through the assignment without looking up. Do what is necessary to change your attitude so you can change your outcomes. Find 2 or 3 other viable study locations. Changing up the environment can change your ability to focus. Have one space for when you need to be laser focused and one space for when you want to be creative. You can have a different space for each type of work you need to do. Set a timer. Figure out how much time you think it will take you to complete a project or component of that project. By giving yourself a time framework to work within, you can take the focus off of how much time it takes to complete any task. You also give yourself external motivation to jump into the work. You will probably be surprised that the work takes less time than you think it will if you are focused. Another step is to review the rhythm of your study time. Maybe your lack of motivation is simple fatigue with how you have always done things. If you have always read first, try your math problems first. Put your work in a new order. Shake up how and what time of day you study. If you always study in the evening, try setting your alarm for an hour earlier in the morning and use that time to do your assignments. Or try to study in the early afternoon rather than waiting until you're exhausted in the evening. Try a new study schedule. Just start. Make studying your boulder on a hill. Start it rolling and see how far it can go. Take one step at a time. Don't worry about the entire to-do list or even the entire project staring you down. Break it down into component parts, pick one, and start. Set up rewards for yourself. If you finish a portion of the reading, you will reward yourself with a 15-minute walk outside. When you finish this paper, you will call a friend for a short check-in. Use rewards that will help your mental health and your ability to focus when you get back to work. Call some friends or classmates and arrange to study in a group. Being responsible to others may well lead to progress, and sometimes hearing another's perspective might help you to break up some of the log jams in your brain. Start to recognize the holes that may exist in your study skills. Do you get frustrated as you try to interpret your notes from the classroom? Improve those skills and you won't have to motivate yourself through those frustrations. And make sure you are taking care of yourself. If you are tired, dehydrated, or malnourished, you will have trouble motivating yourself to do anything, much less study. There is an old saying, we feel what we focus on. In other words, if you're focused on being unproductive in your studies, that is what you will feel. Change your focus and you change how you feel. Focus on one step of your studying and feel good about making progress. Then move on to the next step. Allow yourself to be successful. Having a new approach, outlook, or location for your studies can make all the difference. Try these tips and allow yourself to focus. Please like, subscribe, and share if you found this video helpful.